Alrighty, time to go behind the visor here at Wilmot Raceway from Family Night, May 20th, 2023. We are sitting here on the front straight, waiting to get pushed off. Right before the car owner left, I had him take a few clicks of rebound out of the front, which we will come to find out real quickly that was a mistake. So we get pushed off, and it is rough AF, as in fun. There's a cushion here. It's rough. Going down the back chute for the first time. Rolling around. And about halfway down the back chute it gets smooth. So turn 3 has a decent lip. Not too bad yet, but it looks like it's going to get pretty big here in a second. Coming off of 4 here. Brother pulls up next to me, gave him a thumbs up, and again, like every video, we're going to pack the line that we want to race. So feels pretty smooth up here, but then it gets super choppy coming off. So first few laps, we're starting 8th, and we're going to run the top. Now, this feature had the last 6-7 year champions of both series track and series starting in the top 10. So this is a stacked top 10. So I know, again, these guys are going to be the best. So there's going to be no tricks. They're very experienced. Here I'm just rolling around the bottom, or more middle-ish, because I feel that there's still some bite there that I can maybe use. So the first lap I don't go all the way to the top. We're going to pick up some speed. Feel this out. And yeah, turn 4 feels really good. But turn 1 and 2, now for the line that I'm running here, it feels decent. If the car feels good, but it gets choppy, and it's gonna be a real fun night. So we're gonna fast forward here for the lineup, and we're gonna cut to the best site in all of motorsports, the 4 wide. I'm so happy when Wilmot allows us to do the 4 wide salute. Like, here you're just really following the car in front of you, because you can't tell how much room's on your right side with the guy. Left side you can kind of see. Wave to the crowd. This is just awesome to be in a 4 wide salute, and with all the horsepower around you, front, sides, behind you, it's an experience. So here I'm going to actually get a little bit of clay here. Now luckily, we're going to fast forward a little bit, but the clay falls off right when we get to green. So again, this clay is kind of in the way now, but we're coming to green. I know Marshall can run pretty much everywhere, and he's on the inside of me, you know, and I'm following Chris Klempko. So we get to green. I'm gonna go to the top here, and no one goes to the top. Everyone runs the middle. So I'm like, if these guys stay here, I'm just gonna attack going into 3. I attack going into 3. We get up to 5th spot here in 1 lap, and I make a big mistake. I hit the hole, and it picks the front end up, and it washes me up the track. Now here, Sivia gets next to me. He gives me the option of lifting or go over the right rear. So obviously I lift. Now, like I said, these are the best drivers in the series. So I just showed my hand to everybody. And that is something I'm not going to get back. So now I'm going to have to start searching around. But right now, everyone's close. Car's a little tight still. Cars are always a little bit tight in the first few laps. So I'm just going to try to maintain and follow Sivia, because Sivia is making it look good. Go down to the bottom here to find that out. See how that line works, but the yellow comes out. So this feature is all about doing your heavy work under yellow. So I know that there's a hole, and it's rough. It's bouncing your head off the headrest harder under yellow than at speed. So now I'm just gonna go searching, and I'm actually gonna go up here, and it is very smooth, but then again gets a little bit choppy. So under these yellow flags, I'm gonna be searching for the smoothest line where my head's not bouncing off the headrest. It may be faster to go through the holes, but it's gonna be easier to be consistent not going through the holes. And so we might lose a few tenths here or there per lap, but over a 10 lap run we might be faster because we're not losing that much time. So turn 3 and 4 is fine, but I feel like turn 1 here is the toughest part of this race. So I'm gonna run through the middle again, and it's really rough because tracks change so fast. Again, gonna go down into 1. I'm just trying to find the smoothest line again. I go up a little bit higher than my first lap, and it feels good. And it's really far around, but there's only one big chunk coming off of 2. So now I feel that that's going to be the smoothest line, that it can get through the corner the fastest. And if someone gets underneath me, they get underneath me. Now the nice thing about it being that choppy in turn 1 and 2 is I know you're going to have some big balls to throw a slider. So that's almost protecting the entry for how high I'm going from a slider. So again, going down into 1, I'm gonna go up even a little bit higher now. I'm just trying to pack this line down a little bit more and more. I see Klemko up there, so that's helping me. So I'm gonna drive down a little bit more just to see if I can get that lane a little bit bigger, because the bigger the pack down line, the easier it is to hit that mark every lap. So here, the first few cars speed up a little bit, get some heat in the tire, which is great because that's what I want to do. I want to get some heat in this tire in the right rear. I wish they would have done it in turn 1 and 2 though, because it's really rough. And like I said, 3 and 4 is pretty smooth. So so we just got the 1 to go. I'm gonna follow this 91 car. Now, I'm going to just I'm thinking that the 91 car is going to go to the top, so I'm going to follow him in there. I don't think I'm going to really go down to the bottom, but he messes up, kind of just runs in the slick there on the entry, so I'm definitely going to go to the top. Now I'll just see if I can build up some momentum to throw the slider. Now here, like, it only picked the left front up for like a second coming off of turn 2, so like that is definitely the fastest line. You got to go higher than what you actually think the cushion's at, which is a little bit scary because now you get Egan in here, this black car, racing me. So I'm waiting to see if he's going to throw a slider. He doesn't, so now I can concentrate back on run this line. And it's choppy. Like, you see the front end on both of our cars are just getting picked up and just pushed around. 3 and 4 are still rough. It's just not as rough. So you can see coming off of here, we're both turning to the left to keep the car off of each other and the wall. And here I drive it in so hard, I blow the cushion and the yellow comes out, and I say thank you God, because again, it's better to be lucky than good, and especially on a night tonight where all the champions are starting in the first 5 rows. So if you give up a spot, they're not going to give you up a spot. So now, because of where this is at, now we got cars challenging. I'm pretty sure I'm in front of the 50 car, this black car, but this orange and this purple, pink, black car, teal car, like, is challenging. I think he's challenging the orange car. And I'm like, man, this orange car's not letting me in. And I was like, okay, so they're challenging each other. So I'll just sit here and hopefully the scoring gets our loop right. I mean, I'm not really sure if I was in front of the 50 car. And then right here, or like 14 in front of the 50. So awesome. All right, now get back to work. Now that that's all settled, got to find the smoothest line, and we're gonna go around this car. Now here, it's actually kind of killing this cushion because now all the cars are driving over the cushion and packing it down. So now that instead of it curbing there, it's gonna dust when they hit. But here, we're on the middle-ish because now I know that the top is very narrow. The window for mistake is pretty high, but I'm going to stay off of this car in front of me a good distance so I can actually see the track in front, right off the hood. And it's getting rougher and rougher. The difference between a hole and a rut is when you hit a hole, the car, no matter what angle you hit the hole, the hole's going to upset the car. A rut, you can cross rut and kind of like jump over it almost. So if you're hitting a hole and the car, any direction you hit a hole and the car is just not handling right, yeah, it's a hole. You have to move. You can't be running that line unless the track is slow enough that it's faster to go through the hole. So again, doing work under yellow, got a gap. I'm gonna search around a little bit more on the exit here a little bit. That kind of felt a little bit good, picking up the speed there, but I'm still not 100% confident now that I blew through the cushion that I can actually attack the top sideways. And a lot of it has to do with the rebound that we took out of the shock right before we went out there. Alrighty, so we get the one to go here. I'm gonna go back up here real quickly, pack this line down one last time, make sure it's still smooth. This 70 car, I think he's gonna go down to the bottom on the start. This red and black car in front of me. Runs are picking up on the bottom, and that's not what I want to do. So here, it goes to the bottom, perfect. See the line that I want to run, get to the top. The speed going into turn one is definitely on top, but the speed coming off is on the bottom. So now I got to figure out how I can exploit both those. So there, I try to, I hit a hole, the hole that I was talking about earlier. So now I can't do that. Now it upsetted the momentum in the car, so now I got that black car racing me again. So here, just drive up a little bit higher on entry and a little bit lower, and now I feel that, hey, that was actually not bad. It's still got a lot of left rear drive coming off the corner, so I got to turn left coming off at turn 2, but you can see coming off at turn 4, it's perfect. So here, I over-rotate on the middle to get down to the bottom, and I don't feel that this was the fastest lap, but it was definitely the smoothest and easier to hit every lap. So now I'm going to start diming in the corner. I hit the hole there, can't get down to the bottom on exit as much as I wanted to. And the lap before, I don't know if you guys saw, but the red car biked. So now I know that it's starting to ledge up in turn 4 of the cushion. So now you got to hit it with speed and rotation. Here, racing this red car, and I'm going to throw a slider. And there was a lot of bite in the middle, more bite than I thought, so I didn't go to the top as fast as I wanted to. So I'm kind of expecting a slider here or going into turn 3. I see him on the bottom, so I got to protect, and I'm trying to throw a slider on the car in front of me, but he started coming down. Now here, he just shoots down. I have to either turn right at the corner to miss him or drive over his left rear. So I'm not going to drive over his left rear. Yellow comes out, and I can catch my breath for a second because this track was, you had to hold your breath, stomp and steer, keep it off the wall. But again, here, I'm going to pack this line up here and start packing my line down and just trying to figure out where the smoothest part of crossing, from the top to the bottom is. Sometimes it's earlier in the corner, sometimes it's later in the corner. So right here, I feel it's pretty average of like right in the middle. So right in the middle of turn 1 and 2 is when you're gonna over rotate to drive it straight down. The danger of doing that line is the guy behind you, if he's running the top, he's not going to be expecting you to slow down halfway through the corner, and he might get into you. So this is a risk that I'm willing to take, that someone might spin me out on accident because I'm slowing down in the middle on the top to get that arc to drive it down the track. Back off this blue car so I can see off the hood, see where the holes are. Tracks are constantly changing. That hole in 1 is getting worse and worse the more cars that hit it. Now, even though I know that I'm going to dime in the corner, I still have to kind of search still because of how many lines I've used already just in this feature. So I got to just still make sure that I feel that with 100% I'm on the best line that I can do with the setup that I got. So I'm still kind of searching around a little bit, but I know what I'm going to do, and that's going to square or dime in the corner. So we get the 1 to go here. Now the white and blue car was running the top until I got to him, and then he decided to run the bottom. So now I'm thinking he's going to run the bottom. So again, I'm going to attack the top as soon as I get down to the corner. I'm just going to go to the top, and I'm going to try to square it. Alright, so we get the green. He's going to the bottom. Perfect. Go to the top. Hit the hole. Wasn't able to dime in the corner. The red car's underneath me. I have to attack the top here. Now I'm starting to get a little concerned about the top and 4 slowing down a little bit. So if I do attack, I have to attack now. Now I couldn't square it there because the red car was on the bottom, and he might not see me coming down, and he might drift up off the bottom, and his right rear might hit my left rear. So now I'm gonna have to race the top, which I'm not super thrilled with. The white and blue car here gets a little tight at center. Gives me the opportunity. I actually get over the cushion, go on entry, and I hit it with the left rear, and that helped the car settle down so much. So I'm going to square the turn up as best as I can, knowing that there's a car down there, and here I'm going to go over the lip again and just hit it with the left rear on entry, drive it off, and then hit it with the right rear at center. And now, finally, for the first time, I have a little bit of a gap in front of the car in front of me, and I'm not racing anybody. So I'm just going to get back into my marks here and just relax, which is hard to do on a track like this, and just make sure I hit my marks. Now this black car in front of me is doing a really good job. Multi-mini sprint champion. Been racing with the series for a few times, so I know he holds his line really well. So I can almost not watch him, but I still have to watch him just because of the holes. Like, he might hit a hole here and pop up right in front of my line, and that might hurt. Now, I've noticed if I don't get to the tires on the exit of turn 2, it's good, but that was actually the checker. It was so rough I didn't even see the white flag. That's just how this track was. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. The other Fat Fro car won the feature, and on lap 1 going into turn 3 I blew by him. So it just shows I made a big mistake on the first lap, and the champions of the series and track made me pay for it. I showed them the fastest line, and they all went to it, and it was a lot harder for us to get those spots back. But again, had to give them a little victory bump there, and time to drive it back in the pits. We weren't the random, so they were taking the top 3 in the random. So very easy night for us. Just drive it. Well, we couldn't drive it back. They wanted us to push back with the ATVs. So pretty easy night on loading up and post-race stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, follow us on Crane Racing on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram for more of these videos, more content.
Woo! it was good, huh?
Dude, oh my, I lost how many times my foot fell off the throttle. It was so rough.